Hello, everyone, and welcome to Knights Baseball here on Manchester Public Television. My name is Kyle Levy, coming to you on a absolutely gorgeous April 28th, 2025, 72 degrees. We're starting school vacation week with a great doubleheader day, and we're excited to get things going here with Jaden Rodriguez on the mound. Here with us from the Sunshine State, back and better than ever, Mr. Steve Fossman. Steve, doing the play-by-play. Glad to be up here with you again.
Thank you very much, Kyle, and it's nice to be back in Manchester. It feels like Florida with the weather today, approaching 80 degrees. And the first pitch by Jaden Rodriguez is fouled to the right and over the roof here at Gill Stadium. We'd like to welcome everybody on a beautiful day for baseball here. Central West is facing off against Spaulding. Rodriguez throws. There's another foul ball off to the right, and quickly Jaden Rodriguez is ahead of the leadoff hitter, Trevor Cormier, 0-2.
Central West coming into this game, Steve, 0-6, trying to get their first win of the year, while Spaulding is not having a good start of the season as well at 1-5. So this is actually a perfect start of the baseball week here on Manchester Public Television.
We mentioned that before we went on the air, we should see a competitive game because both teams are down in the standings, and Central West is looking for their first victory of the year. Here's another foul ball as Trevor Cormier fights that pitch off to the right. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
First pitch was 4:05 here, Steve, so we're starting a little bit late as we got obviously a long day ahead of us, but we're excited to see what will happen here for this beautiful day. And
there's a ground ball, the second baseman, Nico Scafidi, up with it over the first base for the first out in the top half of the first inning. Brings up the number 2 hitter, the pitcher for Spaulding, number 2, Owen Nesbitt.
Certainly would love to start things off with the Red Raiders trying to get a base hit to help his cause here. So we'll see what Owen can do. We'll have more of talk about with his pitching when he gets on the mound later in this inning.
The Central West catcher is Declan Manning. There's a base hit, shot base hit into right field. Hunter Radmay goes in, takes it, throws it into second base. So just like that, Spaulding has a 1-out runner on first base in their first hit of the game.
Steve, that is always the best feeling when you're the pitcher and you're able to just help the cause. Now Spaulding with a man on base, 1 down, and a left-handed hitting.
Bryce Bushway comes up, their first baseman. Pretty good, looks like a pretty good hitter in the number 3 slot. So let's see if Jaden Rodriguez can get out of early trouble. Nice throw over the first base. He had the runner fooled. Trevor Cormier was leading towards second base. And Jaden made a nice quick snap throw to first. And just by a couple inches, Trevor got back to first base.
Certainly going to be a tough one over there with that sun for Wilson Zola, but he seems to be ready for what Jaden is throwing to him.
There goes the base runner. There's a ball popped straight up the shaft here at home plate. And a nice play by the catcher, but it goes off his glove as the catcher for Central West, Declan Manning, turned a proper positioning as he was facing the ball, but the ball just went off his glove, so counts, no balls and 1 strike to the Spaulding hitter.
Hoping that doesn't come back to bite the Knights here, as that's a tough one right there to not be able to catch that, but it goes for a strike, so that's one benefit.
The tough thing, like you said, Kyle, is to give extra outs. There goes the base runner, throw down to second base, and then safely head first is Trevor Cormier, so he's in scoring position, looking for a timely hit from his first baseman, Bryce Bushway.
Something to pay attention to. He kind of slid awkwardly, kind of did a little movement on his wrist to make sure it's okay. So as the pitcher, you got to worry about that.
A little different field here at Gill Stadium with the AstroTurf. A lot of these players are used to playing on natural grass. So if they don't know how to slide, a lot of them will start their slide and come up real short.
Slide a lot further than natural fields.
Here's a base hit into left field by Bushway. Left fielder for Central West comes up with it. Cormier turns and stays at third base. So Spaulding's in business here right off the bat in the top of the first inning. They have runners on the corners. Brings up the third baseman, number 8, Colby Lambert.
Yeah, Jaden looked like he tried to get the curveball and then just caught the outside of the plate, able to push it the other way. So good hitting by Bryce Bushway, and we'll see if he takes off on this first pitch, trying to get Declan Manning to...
They got the runner hemmed up. Nice move by Jaden Rodriguez. They're running the runner back to second, and they tag him out. The runner breaks for home. Here's the throw home, and Spaulding does pick up a run, as it's a tough play. They had the runner hooked up between first and second base, and they tagged the runner out, but the long throw home, smart running by base runner Trevor Cormier as he scores the first run of the game for Spaulding.
I mean, Bushway did a good job of just patience, and then finally made that move and was able to get the Nesbitt home. So Owen will now have a chance to get himself catch his breath and get back to the pitcher's mound after this.
I apologize. That was Owen Nesbitt, the pitcher, that was on third base and came home and scored the first run of the game. There's a ball driven deep into center field. Center fielder goes back. He's under it. He can't come up with it. He lost that ball probably in the sun. And on second base is Colby Lambert in scoring position.
And coach has got to be a little bit frustrated right there. That's 2 outs that would have gotten that out of the inning. You don't know if the run would have scored on this if they had made these catches here. The sun is obviously difficult right now. There's no clouds in the sky, and trying to read the ball with the sun and with the wind, it's certainly it's easier for us to say that here in the booth.
Brings up Michael Jeffrey. There's a fastball for strike one by Jaden Rodriguez. So Central West needs 5 outs to get out of this inning, as they had a couple errors and they allowed new life for Spaulding hitters, and they made Central West pay. Nice curveball by Jaden. He's ahead of the Spaulding hitter. No balls, 2 strikes. Michael Jeffrey plays left field with 21. Here's a ball driven down the first base line, but foul. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes.
Took a nice ricochet and kept without coming back into play. So we'll get that ball back in due time, but rush it out there as to one of the Red Raiders teammates,
which is always nice. Jaden turns and checks the runner at second. So far, I've been impressed with Jaden Rodriguez's move to the bases. He picked one runner off, and he's kept their runners in check, giving their fielders a chance to throw runners out at the plate. Here's a ball in the dirt. Nice stop by the Central West catcher, Declan Manning. The count, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I popped into practice on Thursday, Steve, to see what was going on with Coach and with these Knights players, and Jaden was dealing with a little bit of a hamstring discomfort.
There's a base hit in the gap in left center field. In to come to score is the second run of the game for Spaulding, and that's
Colby Lambert.
Colby Lambert, a nice job of hitting by Michael Jeffrey. So just like that, Spaulding has picked up a crooked number here in the top of the first inning.
Hit that in a perfect spot over the shortstop into the gap. And Colby, with his speed, was obviously able to come around the base paths pretty easily there without a throw. So Spaulding
brings up the second baseman, number 1, Grayson Holmes. There's a fastball strike. And the thing about the errors that Central West has made in the first inning, Kyle, is it puts a lot of stress on your pitcher as he has to throw more pitches in an inning to try to get more outs. So Central West should have been out of this inning if they made 2 routine plays, and the burden's on their pitcher now. There's a ground ball to third base. Third baseman comes up with it, Pedro Diolo, and that was a foul ball. It's okay.
Oh, after all that, what a throw from across the diamond. It looked like he had gotten in fair territory. So a little frustration there as
nice play by the Central West third baseman, but the ball went off of the Spaulding's shin that I didn't see. So the count's no balls, 2 strikes to Grayson Holmes. Ball outside, 1-2.
Also at practice, Declan Manning, the catcher here, they were trying to make sure he was able to pop up and throw as quickly as he could. So love to see him throw one out today in today's game if he's able to.
There's a ball up high to the Spaulding number 6 hitter. There's a fastball for a strike. So he strikes out the Spaulding hitter to end the side. But they do pick up 2 runs in the top of the first with 3 hits and a couple of untimely errors by Central West, and they left 1 on base. So after a half an inning of play, it's Spaulding 1 and Central West coming to bat.
Steve, it is 2-0. You got to remember that. 2-0. So
2-0.
We'll be back either way here on Manchester Public Television with the bottom of the first.
We move to the bottom half of the first inning here at Gill Stadium. If you're just joining us, it's high school baseball action here on Manchester Public Television, with Spaulding from Rochester, New Hampshire, leading Central West from Manchester 2-0, and leading off for the Manchester Central West team is their center fielder number 14, Liam Carter Patton.
Certainly would love to be able to help his cause with that error, but time will tell. Obviously, a hit is just as big as a run here for the Kings. For the Knights, excuse me.
And your starting battery for Spaulding on the mound, number 2, Owen Nesbitt. And doing the catching, number 7, Aiden Locke.
A little introduction about Aaron Nesbitt. He was off to an amazing start last year for the Red Raiders before coming down with a illness that made him lose 20 pounds during the end of the season. So hoping to be back and better than ever here.
Good to see him back on the baseball field. There's a fastball strike over the heart of the plate, and he's ahead of Liam Carter Patton. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He actually has a knuckleball as well, Steve, so we'll see if we get that today.
There's a foul to the right. Always good to see. Don't usually see it from lefties.
No, so that's why it's a very interesting to see that he's credited with 4 of the Spaulding 7 wins last year.
So he is their ace, and he's on the mound here. So Central West facing a pretty good pitcher today. There's a ball inside. Good job by Liam laying off that pitch. Counts even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, we did see Liam get on base 2 times last week on that game versus the Keene Blackbirds. So he was hit by a pitch and walked, but he's good at getting on base, being the leadoff guy. So we'll see if he can do it here.
Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. On an off-speed pitch, so Liam goes down swinging, and now up the shortstop for the Manchester Central West team, number 12, Gavin Currier.
Number 1.
I'm going to keep track of these strikeouts. I think somehow I have a feeling. Number 1 he is wearing. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know where you got 12 from, but, either way, Gavin has had a tough game last week. He did go 0 for 3 in the game.
There's a ground ball hit over the second base, and it goes off the glove of the second baseman for Spaulding. And so Manchester Central West has a runner on first base with 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Brings up number 20, and that is the first baseman, Wilson Zola. That was a nice play by the second baseman, as fundamentally went over and took the ball off the side of his right foot, but the ball just hit his glove and trickled off his glove over into center field.
Wilson certainly has some pop with his bat. He also is very patient at the plate, having walked a few times last week as well.
Throw over to first, and Wilson goes, and the runner on first, Gavin Currier, goes back with a slide. Nice pink shoes he has, spikes.
Very noticeable.
Actually, they're probably rubber cleats here. Ball inside to Wilson. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 balls, no strikes. So on this turf here, you can't wear spikes, so a lot of these players have to wear athletic shoes. I'm sure the high schools equip These boys with athletic shoes, but it's a little bit different without spikes digging in. This ball up high. So 3 balls, no strikes to the central third hitter, Wilson Zola.
And Wilson's such a great story to have back after dealing with missing last year with leukemia, and we're obviously rooting for him to do as best as he can in this season, and we'll have to see him get on base here with a 3-0 count.
Here's ball 4. There goes Wilson down to first base.
Ball got away from the catcher, so seeing if they were going to have any more movement, but just moving up 90 feet. So, hey, runners on base, and we'll see what Jaden Rodriguez can do. He obviously is the pitcher today, Steve. So
Jaden's a cleanup hitter, and so he's in that spot for a reason. He's a pretty good contact hitter. Well, let's see if he can pick one out here and drive it in the gap here in the outfield. The runners will be on their horses. Ball inside, so off the bat here, the Spaulding pitchers having trouble with a little location. Go with Nesbitt. There's a swing and a miss by Jaden. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Jaden hit the ball really well in that game versus Keene. He went 2 for 3. Really kind of almost went 3 for 3, but the right fielder had an arm and was able to throw him out at first.
Ball a little low to Jaden. Nice take. And a good eye on his pot. 2 balls, 1 strike. First game of a doubleheader here at Gill Stadium. Second game at 7 p.m. is Nashua South and Trinity. There's a ball skied over on the first base side. Not a play. Into the stands. Count runs even.
Very impressed with the amount of Red Raiders fans that have come across the state to be here today. As you see a little bit more red in the stands. I know we don't really have the camera angle to be able to show you that, but certainly friends and family have come out to support.
On a beautiful afternoon. Both runners are going. A double steal, throw down to third base, and they got him at third. Nice throw by the catcher, Aiden Locke, down to the third baseman. And a nice tag by their third baseman, Colby Lambert. So Central West has 2 outs and a runner on second base.
Not sure if that was aiming to be a hit and run or if that was just a double steal attempt. Jaden, that pitch was really high, so he wasn't able to catch that as he fouls one up towards us.
Count stays even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Want to mention the umpires as well. Behind the plate, Barry Reddick. And on the field is Cy Tebbets.
Good job of Jaden Rodriguez fouling off pitch after pitch here, making Owen Nesbitt throw more pitches in this inning.
Get the pitch count up, Steve. You know, Spaulding does have 3 sensational pitchers, but if you can get the first one out, then it's things would be looking good here. But Hunter Spencer and Aiden Auger, the other 2 pitchers here that we've got to possibly worry about.
Here's the windup and the pitch is a ground ball up the middle and a base hit by Jaden Rodriguez. So he trots over to first base and the runner at second moves to third. So Central West has the runners on the corners with 2 outs.
It's a tough spot right there, Steve, to know that it could have been bases loaded and just 1 down. And now it'll be no pressure, but Pierre Mendez will have to really capitalize here to get one of these runs in.
Pierre, the left fielder for Central West, he steps in, and the runner possibly could have scored from second. That ball was hit up the middle, and with less than 2 outs, they might have taken a shot of scoring with the base runner on second base that got thrown out at third. There's a swing and a miss by Pierre. No balls, 1 strike. So Central West looking for a timely hit to try to get back and tie this game up in the first inning. Here's a wild pitch. And one of the benefits here about Gill Stadium is they're padded, and you probably heard it, There's pads that are at home plate, and that ball, I think, hit the pad in the air, went all the way back, and bounced right back to the catcher.
Aiden Locke would have been drooling to see that third out. But either way, Jaden Rodriguez was able to move up.
There's the pitch, and Pierre didn't like that call for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So now a base hit might tie the game up here. Ball up and away. Nice stop by the catcher, Declan Manning.
This is Aiden Locke catching.
Oh, Aiden Locke, I'm sorry.
Declan will get more and more in this game, but...
Nice eye by Pierre, and that ball's low, so Pierre's run the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
First base is open if need be for this 3-2 pitch.
Foul ball back to the screen. Count remains full.
Pierre having to be careful here. Left-handed pitcher is trying to get a second K.
There's a big swing and a miss by Pierre, so Central West threatens in the bottom half of the first inning, but do not score. So after 1 complete inning here at Gill Stadium, it's Spaulding 2 and Central West nothing. We'll be right back. We are back here at Gill Stadium as we move to the top of the second inning. Spaulding leading Central West 2-0. And up to bat is the designated hitter, number 6, Cole Enman.
7, 8, 9 part of the lineup, Steve. So we'll see if they can produce or if Jaden can keep.
Here's a ball hit in center field in right field for a base hit. Shot base hit by number 6, Cole Enman. So just like that, he's on first base with a leadoff hit. Brings up the right fielder, number 24, Connor Jackson. Like you said, Kyle, it's important that Jaden has a closeout inning this inning and try to throw as least number of pitches as possible.
And his pickoff move is certainly one of a specialty for him. He will be going to Great Bay Community College next year.
There's a ground ball into left field. Seeing eye single by number 24, Connor Jackson. Spaulding has the first 2 runners on with back-to-back hits and brings up the catcher, number 7, Aiden Locke.
Utilizing both sides of the field here in the top of the second, Steve. So this is kind of interesting to see what Jaden can do to try to get one of these guys to pop out.
Aiden squares the bunt, takes ball 1 up and away. Aiden throws righty and hits lefty. And like you said, Kyle, at the bottom of the lineup, he's the number 9 hitter. He's probably looking to move the runners over with the bunt. Plays small ball here. Here's a throw back to second base, and a beautiful move by Jaden Rodriguez as he picks off the base runner as Cole Enman was a little bit too far off second base, and a great job by the shortstop for Central West to come in behind the runner and Gavin Currier. So just like that, they help. Jaden helps himself here, and now he wants to pick off the other base runner.
I mean, he's got 2 in the first 2 innings here, Steve. So that's a great sign that, you know, Spaulding is just leaning too far, trying to get to the next base.
There's a strike to the Spaulding catcher. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul ball up to the left, so Jaden's ahead of the...
Ricochets finally ends up in the dugout for Central West. It was on the rooftop before, but now it actually they had to go get it.
They don't have to go far for that one. There's a nice curveball for strike three. Beautiful curveball, and he fooled Aiden Locke for strike three. So Jaden helps himself with a pickoff at second base and now a strikeout. So he's doing his job, and up comes the leadoff hitter, Trevor Cormier.
Trevor obviously started off this game grounding out to second base.
Ground ball to third. Nice play by the third baseman. Long throw to first. That's a really nice play by Pedro Diolo. As he come up, he had a range to his left. He dove, he got up throw, and he threw a P to first base. So Central West gets out of it. Spaulding threatens, but Duke does not score here in the top of the second inning. It remains Spaulding 2, Central West nothing. We are back at the old ballpark, Gill Stadium. If you're just joining us, we have high school action for you as Central West is facing off versus Spaulding. Spaulding leads it 2-0 in the bottom half of the second inning. Leading off for the Central West is the catcher, number 12, Declan Manning.
6, 7, 8 part of the lineup, Steve, and we'd love to see Declan be able to help the cause here.
Big swing and a miss by Declan. No balls, 2 strikes. Foul away to the left. This ballpark is a pitcher-friendly ballpark, as there is plenty of room down the first and third base lines to catch foul balls, and also the outfielders can go a long way to catch a fly ball. Ball outside. Nice job by the Central West catcher by not offering. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And we're happy here to be back and doing this all over again, Steve, with another year of high school baseball. Just our second game that we've covered for the Central West Knights on this young season, but certainly would love to see them get themselves a win here today. As again, 0-6 is not what they want to be.
Here's a big swing and a miss, so Declan goes down swinging. That is the third strikeout by the Spaulding pitcher. Brings up the right fielder, number 3, Hunter Radbay. And the players enjoy watching themselves on TV, or the coaches watching the game. And you know, sometimes you can see things on a replay that you don't notice first here live, that little things your team might do or not do. So I'm sure they enjoy watching the telecast. A nice fastball to the inside part of the plate. So just like that, Hunter's down. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, back-to-back going up on the count so quickly.
Here's strike 3 as Hunter goes down swinging. So that's back-to-back strikeouts for the Spaulding pitcher. Owen Nesbitt brings up the second baseman for Central West, number 10, Nico Scafidi.
First chance to see Nico on the season here on Manchester Public Television, and love to see him produce here.
I'm familiar with Nico. This is strike 1. Nico played in our Pony League, in the Greater Manchester Pony League, the last couple of years. Very likable ball player and teammate. Always gives 100%. Good to see him out here today playing. There's a ball low. Nice take by Nico. Good eye. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Central West second baseman.
Glad to see that Owen is missing the strike zone. I thought we were going to get an immaculate inning for a second there, as he had gone 7 straight pitches, so it was 7 straight strikes, but now count here is 2-2, so.
Nico checked his swing, but went around. There's a ball in the dirt, so the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's a fastball for strike 3, so just like that, Owen Nesbitt has a rocking chair second inning as he strikes out the side and brings his strike total up to 5. And after 2 complete innings here at Gill Stadium, it remains Spaulding 2 and Central West nothing. We'll be right back. We move to the top of the 3rd inning, and a 2-0 Spaulding lead. Leading off is the pitcher, Owen Nesbitt. 2-3-4 this inning, heart of the order for the Spaulding team. Jaden Rodriguez still out there in the 3rd inning of work. Nice curveball started the number 2 hitter with a curveball that just missed. 1 ball, no strikes.
Owen is 1 for 1 in today's game with that single, had a stolen base, and scored the first run.
There's a fly ball out to the right fielder. Hunter Radmay out there. He's under it, puts it away for the first out of the top half of the 3rd inning. Brings up the first baseman, number 10, Bryce Bushway. Bryce also had a hit in the
first inning
and was getting a little tongue lashing from the manager, Brad Taylor, as he was between innings telling his team that they were running themselves side innings, being picked off. But I think a lot of that had to do with the nice moves by Jaden Rodriguez.
Oh, absolutely. And they got to be smart, but now it seems like Bryce was one of the guys that was caught on the base paths. Did allow Nesbitt to come around and score, getting into that little pickle, but
there's a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Spaulding first baseman. There's a little number to second base. Nico's graffiti under it, puts it away. So just like that, 2 outs in the top half of the 3rd inning. Brings up the 3rd baseman, Colby Lambert.
And it seems like Jaden is really making the Red Raiders hit the ball, but because the ball is coming at them so slow, the off-speed pitches, they're just popping them up. So a little different than what we've seen through the first 2 innings, and it's worked so far.
Jaden seems very comfortable out there. He's in his rhythm. Strike 1 to the Spaulding 3rd baseman. Seems like he's in control, and he's right around the plate with almost every pitch he throws, and that signs for a successful outing.
Colby Lambert here was able to get on base after the pop fly to center field that was kind of misplayed by Liam. But here we see what he can do. He was the 2nd run scored by the Red Raiders as well.
Ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a beautiful curveball that buckled his knees up there. Colby buckled his knees for a second. So nice off-speed curveball by Jaden Rodriguez. Has the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I love how he just comes back fast and already knew that he wanted to throw a fastball to try to get him chasing, and it just did not work. And now the count goes full, Steve.
Yep, and threw the ball just off the plate, hoping that he'd chase. He didn't. Well, let's see if he comes with another curveball here. Tough to throw a 3-2 curveball, but let's see what Jaden does. There's a fastball, and that ball's drilled out to center field. Let's see if Leadham goes over. It tails to right field, and a nice play by Hunter Radmay as he puts the ball away. That ball was hit straight away center and kept drifting to right, and Hunter Radmay got under it and made a nice catch. So just like that, Jaden Rodriguez has a rocking chair inning in the top half of the 3rd inning. And we played 2.5 here at Gill Stadium. Still 2-0 Spaulding. We'll be right back. We are back on here. Manchester Public Television bringing you high school action at Gill Stadium. And we are in the bottom half of the 3rd inning with Spaulding leading Manchester Central 2-0. And up to bat is the 3rd baseman, number 6, Pedro Diolo. There's a swing and a miss by Pedro. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Steve, you got to mention Gill Stadium here, and a little trivia to see how well you know your Manchester history. As a foul ball there, Gill Stadium is one of 4 names that has been named in this area. Do you know the other 3 names of what Gill Stadium was before it became Gill?
Well, I know that they were a home for the Fisher Cats. For the Fisher Cats Park, I know that. There's a strike 3 to Pedro, so he goes down swinging, brings up the leadoff hitter, Liam Carter Patton.
And that is 5 straight strikeouts right there from Spaulding. So Knights have to get things going, and we'll see if the top of the lineup can do that here.
I think you stumped me on the question. I've been up in Manchester. I've lived up here for about 15 to 20 years. There's a foul ball off to the right. The Fisher Cats played here. It was still Gill Stadium at that time, right?
That is correct. So going back to the opening day, 1894, it was a Varick Fields. In 1913, the name got changed to Textile Field, and in 1927, it was named Athletic Field.
Wow. So this whole ballpark, which is one of the few ballparks that's over 100 years young, as they had a historic celebration a couple of years back, has been named 4 times. That's interesting. There's a ball to Liam Patton.
And in 2004, it was rededicated with the Honorable Robert Baines. Bob Baines was the mayor at the time, and so it's, again, such a beautiful place to play, and glad to see that it's utilized so well with football, with soccer, with baseball. That's what it was made for, and,
everybody loves to play on it. And I know the kids that have a chance in my program, the Greater Manchester Colt League, when they play here, the Colt League plays here in the Palomino League after the high school's done. They really enjoy themselves thanks to the city allowing them to play. They can't wait to come over here and play. They love the atmosphere, and it was really nice to see them in the last couple of years renovate the facility and put a new field down. There's a foul ball to the right, so Liam's hanging tough, fouling off some nice pitches by the Spaulding pitcher. But it's nice that they put the renovations in and they put the new LED lights and the LED scoreboard. So it's really nice to see. There's a base hit, ground ball. Second baseman goes over. I thought it was through, but he makes a nice play. That's a nice rangy play by the second baseman for Spaulding. That's Grayson Holmes. And he throws out Liam Patton for the second out of the bottom of the third inning.
Good strength right there by Patton to be able to just fist that to second base. Just was hit to a player that was able to get there in time and make that play. So now 2 down.
That ball was hit kind of like the ball is. It went up to us, just missed us, back to us. No balls and 1 strike. Kind of like the ball that was hit by Jaden Rodriguez off to the right, but the ball came up and was a nice hop for the second baseman. Grayson Holmes made a nice play to throw out the speedy Central West runner, Liam Patton.
Gavin Courier here was able to reach in the first thanks to an error on the second baseman. Funny enough, the full circle here, and now down in the count 0-2. Try to get him chasing, just missed high. Fouled into the fencing here.
Gavin Curry, a pretty good-looking ball player. Bats second, plays shortstop. Best part about him today is his pink shoes, athletic shoes that he wears here on the artificial turf. But ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Central West shortstop.
Gavin was caught on the base paths trying to steal third.
Ball inside, good eye. 3 balls, 2 strikes as he's run the count full. So the Spaulding pitcher has thrown a little bit more pitches than he did last inning, where he struck out the side.
And Coach Malik was saying this is what their team want to do. They want to grind teams to make mistakes. And
there's a ball hit to right field and a nice play by the right fielder out there for Spaulding. So Connor Jackson puts it away, and Central goes down in their half of the third inning. So after 3, we played 3 complete, Spaulding 2, and Central West nothing. We'll be right back. We are back here at Gill Stadium as we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Top of the 4th, Steve.
At top of the 4th inning, with Spaulding leading 2-0, brings the left fielder up to bat. 5, 6, and 7 for Spaulding. Number 21, Michael Jeffrey. There's a ground ball to a nice play in the air. Caught it. The umpire said no. I don't know about that one. The umpire is saying that he trapped the ball, and the third baseman thought that he caught the ball in the air. Pedro thought he caught it in the air, and by the time he started to throw, they're going to ask Cy Tibbetts, who's the pace umpire here. Maybe he got a better view. No, Cy said that he's going along with the trap from the home plate umpire, but I'm thinking it was caught in the air because the third baseman probably would have come up throwing, and he hesitated thinking that he caught it cleanly. Did you see anything different?
No, I think that his reactions kind of said it, that I had it, and umpires are saying differently, so kind of a tough spot here.
There goes the base runner down to second, and the throw is too late. So Spaulding quickly has a runner in scoring position. And at the plate, the second baseman, Grayson Holmes. Grayson struck out first time up.
That's a tough one, Stevie. Give that an error? You know, it's third baseman
I think
fielded it cleanly, but just wasn't able to make the throw across.
Tough to give him a physical error on that. I'll give him a mental error. But the way
it's a tough one. I don't want to give it a single, but I guess he was able to use his speed. We'll give it a single.
All right.
Pedro didn't deserve that.
No, there's a little nub on the second base. Nico Scafidi goes over, makes a nice catch.
Smooth slide right there, Steve. I kind of like it. And so doesn't Jaden Rodriguez to get that first out.
So with 1 out, comes up to the designated hitter, number 6, Cole Edmond.
Cole hit the ball really well to get on base to start the second, so see if he's able to do it again. Keeping him honest at least there at second base is Michael Jeffrey, who's now 2 for 2.
There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Up with it, bobbles, throws to first in time. Nice play, kept his eye on the ball. And the shortstop for Manchester Central, Gavin Currier, come up throwing. So 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th inning. And brings up for the Red Raiders, number 24, Connor Jackson. Yeah, nice fastball over the outside corner. So it seems like when your players, your teammates help you defensively and make plays for you, Jaden likes that, and he's got himself in a nice groove here. Nice curveball, nice try, just missed upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, it was a tough one right there, as it just did not curve enough into the strike zone. And Jaden will try that again at some point, I'm sure.
Ball, and they stop by their catcher, Declan Manning, preventing the runner from scoring from third base. 2 balls, 1 strike. Foul ball, counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Connor had himself a nice single as well in the second, but wasn't able to come around and score. Was left on base. See if Jaden can get him swinging here.
There's a fastball in the outside corner for strike 3. So just like that, Jaden Rodriguez struck out the Spaulding hitter, left a man stranded at third base, so no harm, no foul. The play at third base didn't come back to haunt Central West, so after 3.5 innings, we move to the bottom of the 4th. Spaulding still in lead, 2-0. We'll be right back. Steve Fosman back with Kyle Heavey here as we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning. And a pretty good ball game. Spaulding is leading. They scored 2 runs in the first inning, and they have made it stand so far. They're leading 2-0 here as Central West bats in the bottom of the 4th. And leading off for Central West is the number 3 hitter, the first baseman, Wilson Zola.
Wilson got on base with the base on balls.
There's a ground ball to the third baseman. Throw a little bit wide, but a nice tag by the first baseman. And tags out Wilson Zola for the first out of the Manchester Central 4th inning. Brings up the pitcher, Jaden Rodriguez.
Yeah, good play by Colby Lambert. Just get that one hop. Throw was a little off, but Wilson kind of could feel that, that he wasn't going to be able to outrun that. And now we'll get one down.
Spaulding got a big target over there at first base with Bryce Bushway.
We got some racing cars here on Maple Street.
Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Central West pitcher, Jaden Rodriguez, who's done a pretty good job keeping Spaulding at bay so far through 4.
Yeah, we're talking in between innings here that he's got 3 Ks. He's doing the best that he can, and just when the team's not scoring any runs, and we'll see if he can help the cause right here with at least getting on base.
Yeah, the ball drilled high in the air, and the left field is coming under it. Michael Jeffrey, he puts it away for the second out of the Manchester Central West bottom of the 4th inning. Brings up the left fielder, Pierre Mendez.
If that was yesterday, Steve, that wind would have brought it all the way back to the infield, but today the wind a little less, and Jaden, flies out here, and now it's Pierre Mendez. Ball
inside, 1 ball, no strikes. There's a slight wind as I look. VFW have their flags, and I can see the flags moving. So there is a little bit of wind moving from center field towards left field towards right. But not like I said yesterday. Yesterday was really, really windy here in the city of Manchester.
I went and checked out some area college games. I know that the wind was helping the cause at St. Anselm College, where there was 4 home runs in the game, but it didn't really help the cause at SNHU, where there wasn't any home runs.
Depending on where the wind blows. There's a swing and a miss by PA, went around.
Yeah, I tried to check it, just wasn't able to do it.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Owen has had a strikeout in every inning. We'll see if he continues that here. Count is full, so I have to wait another pitch, Steve.
There's a swing and a miss by Pierre, so another rocking chair inning by the Spaulding ace as he strikes out Pierre to end the side. After 4 complete here at Gill Stadium, it's still Spaulding 2 and Central West nothing. We'll be back in a moment. We are back here at Gill Stadium as we move to the top half of the 5th inning in a 7-inning ball game. Leading off for Spaulding is their catcher, Aiden Locke.
9-1-2 part of the lineup here, Steve, to start this 5th inning. And Aiden went down by way of a K his last time up. So we'll see if Jaden can continue that against the catcher.
Here's ball 1 to the Aiden Locke. Both pitchers, as we mentioned, having a day for themselves. Jaden Rodriguez has 3 strikeouts and only has allowed 6 hits on the afternoon, and the Spaulding pitcher has allowed 1 hit, which was by Jaden Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's been mowing the Knights down over the last 2, 3, 4 innings.
Here's an off-speed pitch that fooled Aiden Locke. And he swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Those pitches are absolutely filthy, Steve. You don't think it's going to get in the strike zone, and the last minute it just drops in, and you have to swing.
There's a ground ball to third baseman. Now that one's on the ground. Throw over to first. Nice stretch by Wilson Zola. So nice play by Pedro Diolo. for the first out in the Spaulding 5th inning. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Trevor Cormier.
Boy, a lot of noises around here at Gill Stadium right now. Sirens, airplanes, and cheering from your teammates after that nice throw across the diamond.
Beautiful part of a sunny afternoon baseball game here at Gill Stadium. This is a ball off-speed pitch to the leadoff hitter as Jaden showed respect to Trevor Cormier. Threw him a first pitch curveball as Trevor's probably taught to look for a fastball first pitch, but it just missed outside. Here's a ground ball to second base, and Nico up with it. Scafidi over to Wilson Zola for the second out of the top of the 5th inning. Brings up the pitcher, number 2, Owen Nesbitt.
Owen flied out to right field as his last time up the bat, so see if Jaden can get him to get out for another time. But 2 ground ball outs to start this inning. We'll see if that continues as well.
Here's a foul ball. Like we mentioned, there's a lot of room over here, but that ball just falls as Pedro had a long way to run. It falls harmlessly in front of the dugout and pops into the stands for strike 1. To the Spaulding pitcher, Owen Nesbitt. There's a beautiful curveball to Owen for strike 2. So quickly he has his counterpart pitcher in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, Jaden flew out his last time. We'll see if he can get a redemption here.
Ooh, that pitch just missed. Jaden wanted it, just missed on the outside corner, and Owen having patience, not going out offering on that.
If Declan needs a job in the future, Carpenter might be it, because frame job right there was perfect.
There's a ground ball, hits the second base. Nico Scafidi comes on, throws to first, and not in time as the speedy Owen Nesbitt legs it out. He's got an infield hit here with 2 outs in the top half of the 5th inning. Brings up the number 3 hitter, the first baseman, Bryce Bushway.
You know, I was joking with Jaden before the game that with his hamstring being a little tight, that he should not. Now a quick throw over to not make any tough moves there on the pitcher's mound, and he wants to get Nesbitt out quick here. A little cat and mouse, it feels like.
Figuring that 2 outs, Owen will be moving here, as you saw during that infield grounder. He's very quick. He'll probably be moving, and there he goes down to second base. There's a strike, throw to second. Nice stop by the Central West shortstop, preventing that ball going into center field. So Owen's in scoring position with his legs, looking for a timely hit from his first baseman to put them a little further in front.
Well, it was a strike thrown on that pitch there as well, Steve. So Bushway down in the count.
That ball sails into center field and goes off the shortstop's glove. And here's the throw. I hope it don't go by Pedro. He makes a nice play knocking that down. I've seen that a lot of times here at Gill Stadium. The ball skipped by a third baseman on a throw from the outfield. But Pedro made a nice play putting his body in front of it. So Owen is 90 feet away as he has used his legs and the benefit of a bad throw into center field. He's 90 feet away from extending their lead.
A lot of pressure on Declan Manning as well, not to have any pass balls as well as the count goes. It's up on the scoreboard as incorrectly here as the first pitch was a strike, so it should be just a 1-1 count.
There's a ball outside and low. Two balls, 1 strike.
It's school vacation week. The guys up here in the booth are on vacation as well, so they're not paying attention all that well.
Including us. Ground ball, the shortstop, and in comes Nice play by the shortstop, central shortstop. That's Gavin Currier. Throws over to first to retire the side. So Spaulding threatens here in the 5th inning, but do not score as Jaden Rodriguez does his job again. We've played 4.5 here at the old ballpark. Still 2-0 Spaulding. We'll be right back. Steve Fosman back here at Gill Stadium, bringing you play-by-play action along with Kyle Heavey. And we move to the bottom half of the 5th inning in a pretty well-played ball game. Spaulding leading Central West 2-0. Leading off is the catcher, number 12, Declan Manning.
Declan certainly knows the strike zone quite well with his 5 innings behind the plate so far. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game, but obviously he knows Barry Reddick's strike zone at this point and takes a ball 2 there.
2 balls, no strikes. And Central West has 6, 7, 8. And they're half of the 5th inning, trying to even the score here. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Long throw over to first, but gets Declan by a running stride. Nice play by the shortstop, Trevor Cormier, for the first out of the Central West 5th inning.
You know, Trevor's having a tough day on the plate going 0 for 3, but with plays like that in the field, he's certainly a big part of this Spaulding team with that defense. So we'll see if it continue here as they have now gone 3+ innings without a base runner here, Steve.
And their lone hit was been in the 1st inning. They have 1 hit in the ball game. That was the pitcher, Jaden Rodriguez, in the 1st inning. So nice job by the Spaulding left-hander, Owen Nesbitt, to keep the Central West hitters at bay. Here's a foul ball. The good thing about Owen when he pitches is he's always ahead of the hitters. And he's ahead of Hunter Radmay here. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, what's special about this Central West squad here this year, Steve, is that they have just 6 kids from West, a couple kids from the Manchester School of Technology, and 15 from Central.
Wow.
And Hunter goes down.
Goes down swinging. That's a, so they have 3, actually not 2 schools, they have 3 schools that combine.
Yeah, officially, it's, I mean, can only add so many names to a co-op squad, but either way, it's kind of cool to see that they go to different high schools and are able to come together and try to get along here to create this team.
Now up to bat, number 10, Nico Scafidi. Nico struck out in the 2nd inning. One of Owen's 8 strikeouts on the afternoon. There's a ball hitting the gap, left center field, left fielder going. That ball's over his head. That ball's traveling all the way to the fence. Cut off on the warning track by the left fielder, but a 2-out double by the second baseman, Nico Scafidi.
Little Karate Kid celebration right there by Nico. And let's see if he can talk to Mr. Miyagi here and try to get himself a run here for the Central West. Again, it's been since they had someone on base, and now an extra base hit is exactly what we're hoping for. And now Spaulding is going to kind of come together and discuss things and what to do, as it's been a long time since they've had a base runner, Steve.
Yeah, and I don't know, we talked about it off here as far as pitch counts, and I don't know if the high school, maybe we can look that up between innings, if the high school has implemented a pitch count rule. I thought they put in a 120 pitch count rule. I might be mistaken. So let's.
Well, at the same time, Owen has been just going 1, 2, 3 throughout this game. He had a 13 pitch inning back in the 2nd. So we'll see what he can do here.
And like you said, he retired 13 hitters in a row after the base hit by Jaden Rodriguez. And for 4 innings, Central West went down in order 1, 2, 3. So good to see that they're showing some life here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings up Pedro Diolo the third baseman, looking for a timely hit to cut this deficit in half. Here's a swing and a miss by Pedro. No balls, one strike.
Pedro went down the first out in the top of the third by a strikeout, so hoping for a little redemption here as we are in the fifth.
Swing and a miss by Pedro, so quickly the coach goes out and settles down his pitcher, and Owen Nesbitt seems like he's back in the groove as he throws two pitches right through the strike zone. There's right on the outside corner for strike three. So just like that, Owen Nesbitt comes back and strikes out Pedro Diolo looking. So Central West has a double with 2 outs, but strands the man in scoring position. And after 5 complete here at Gill Stadium, it's still 2-0 Spaulding. We'll be right back. We are back here at Gill Stadium as we quickly move to the top half of the 6th inning, with Spaulding leading Central West 2-0. And leading off for Spaulding is their number 4 hitter, third baseman, Colby Lambert.
Colby kind of got fooled on that first pitch, fouls it into the ground, and he is 0 for 1 on the day. Was able to get on in the first thanks to an error in score. He did fly out to Hunter Radmay in right field his last time up.
Is a ball low, 1 ball and 1 strike to Colby, wearing a hoodie here on an 80-degree day underneath his jersey.
Very different, you don't expect to see it so warm. It also
a white one too. That pitch was on the outside corner. Nice off-speed pitch by Jaden, and he has the cleanup hitter in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Steve goes for the fastball here, trying to get him swinging.
Ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So there is a pitch count rule. I contacted a friend, Matt D'Ambrosio, used to coach for Memorial's varsity team. Just texted me, told me 120 pitches is the pitch count rule, the limit for a pitcher in a high school baseball game.
And we would love to see Jaden continue. He's an innings eater for this Central West Knights squad, and he's their ace, so it's you don't want to lose him in this game. It's just a big spot to get this out here.
Oh, there's a nice curveball to the cleanup hitter, and he goes down swinging. So Jaden Rodriguez fans Colby Lambert to start off the 6th inning. Brings up the left fielder, number 21, Mike Jeffrey.
Well, thank you, Jaden, for making me look good there. Getting that out, as was hoping for it, and he gets that K, so nice to get that. But now he's got to deal with Michael Jeffrey, who's 2 for 2.
There's a ball hit down in the right field side near the bullpen, where I see Spaulding warming up a pitcher down there.
Forgot the binoculars today, Steve. I apologize. I will try to see who this pitcher might be.
There's a nice curveball by Jaden. We did have a replacement in the last half inning for the Red Raiders. Number 20, Zach Hall, went to right field, replaced Connor Jackson. And a ground ball to the shortstop, surrounding the ball like he should. Throws over to first, but the ball goes off Wilson Zola's glove. And that ball is in play. And there goes the runner to third base. Here's the throw to third base. And a good job of base running.
He does not seem right after that slide. He kind of did a little bit of a scorpion. And obviously you don't expect to be on third base with a ground ball to the shortstop. But now runner in scoring position here for the Red Raiders, as he is still taking a moment to get himself squared away here. And so aren't the Knights, as now
the manager comes out to the mound to probably try to settle down. Jaden Rodriguez says that wasn't his fault. That looked like that was a routine play. And nice play by the shortstop.
To field it, but
Gavin Currier. The throw might have been a little offline, Kyle.
Yeah, I got to give he fielded it well, but the throw was just a little offline, and only so much Wilson Zola could do to get that. And rolls a long ways, as we are well aware of. And now Barry Reddick will start coming out, and perfect timing as Coach Malik was coming off the field.
Yeah, good job by Coach Anthony Malik to come out and calm down not only his pitcher but his players, saying we're okay. Let's go and let's try to get this hitter. You would think they'd bring the infield in here with the runner on third base with only one out. And they're playing halfway in the middle. They're playing in on the corners. I don't know if the ball's hit the shortstop or second base, they'd have time to throw the runner out.
Grayson Holmes trying to put the bunt down, but it's a foul.
So Spaulding trying to do everything they can. They try to squeeze play as Grayson Holmes squares the bunt.
Grayson is 0 for 2, is struck out to end the first and popped out to second base in the fourth. So down in the count, and see if Jaden gives him another junk pitch if he tries to decide to bunt.
There's a nice pitch on the outside corner for strike 2.
Well, certainly will be not a bunt attempt here, so Jaden can really just go right at him. And he has also not picked someone off at third base yet, Steve, so we'll see if that's an opportunity here.
There's a little number to the plate. Jaden Rodriguez comes in. He flips the catcher, but nice speedy job of running by number 21, Mike Jeffrey, as he goes head first and dives under the tag. As that ball was hit slowly, maybe Jaden should have went to first, but he was trying to prevent the run from scoring. So just like that, Spaulding has extended their lead, and now they lead it 3-0.
Yeah, a swinging bunt there is really what it was, Steve, and that's only so much Jaden can do. It was a great flip by his glove to be able to get it over to Declan Manning, but it just was not in time. And again, you were saying the speed of Michael Jeffrey was too much, and Jeffrey's really becoming a nuisance here in the lineup as he's been able to get on with 2 singles and an error and has now scored.
He's been on base, and like you said, Central West didn't know what to do that time as he made a nice break from third base on that ball, had a nice read on that ball. It was hit and nubbed out in front of home plate, and he scores the third run of the game to make the score 3-0. They picked off another runner. As Jaden picked off, throw to second. Nice play. He's running the runner all the way back to put a tag on to Jaden. And he's safe. What happened there was he missed him, but the base moved. And we have breakaway bases here at Gill Stadium, Kyle, and it's first touch. So which means as soon as the runner kicked the base and it went off, his foot come off the base. Jaden put a tag on him and thought he should have got the call, but that was the right call by the umpire as Jaden missed the tag on the base runner. So he's got a second life, and he's down at first base with 1 out here, and we have a pinch hitter.
Yeah, it's Spencer. We don't know his first name. We're gonna have to listen to any of his teammates who want to say his name, but number 13 coming into play here. I hate to see, conflict of umpires here with, we can't see from our angle. It looked like Jaden had put the tag on him, and just a tough spot here as Grayson was really close to being out there for sure.
It was actually a nice slide by Grayson. He slid to the outside of the bag. There's a swing and a miss. He's going down to second. He's in safely with a stolen base. So he's in scoring. See how the bag moved at second? And the runner called time. So Grayson's in scoring position at second base with 1 out. Looking for a timely hit from his teammate here to put them even further in front. Nice curveball for strike 3. So the pinch hitter, number 13, goes down.
And he's still frustrated beyond belief that was called out of him. As your job as a pinch hitter is to come in and do the job. Coming in for Cole Enman, and Spencer goes down by way of the K. And now with 2 downs, runner still at second though, Steve.
Brings up Zach Hall, who went in to play right field in the top half of the inning. So that's 5 strikeouts on the day for Jaden Rodriguez. There's a ball foul to the right now to play.
Zach Hall seems to be. Oh, you see his knees buckle there, Zach? Excuse me, Steve.
Yeah, another curveball, and Jaden's done that to several Spaulding hitters today. And there's another one for strike 3. So Jaden Rodriguez gets back-to-back strikeouts, and Spaulding does pick up a run. And after 5.5 innings, they now lead at 3-0. We'll be right back. We are back on here as we move to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And a 3-0 ball game. And the left-hand pitcher for Spaulding, their ace, is still out there on the mound. Owen Nesbitt pitching a 2-hit gem with 9 strikeouts. And he's held the Central West hitters in bay for most of the game. And leading off for Central West is the leadoff hitter, Liam Carter-Patton.
And he's 0 for 2 in today's game, as second time getting a chance to lead off. And strike on the outside part of the plate. And Liam trying to avoid it going down by way of his second K. Trinity warming up in the.
There's a ball drilled out to center field. That ball's over the center fielder's head. Liam is very speedy here. He might be inside the park here. He's heading around second, heading to third, and they're wisely holding him up at third base with no outs. So just like that, Liam Patton puts a charge into a baseball and drives the ball a long way, and he's got a leadoff triple.
You know, they had the double last inning and now a triple here. Just got to get a run across the board here. Energy of this Knights team is becoming clear here.
Now up to bat, Gavin Currier, the shortstop. The Central West hitters have seen the pitcher a couple times through the lineup. This is the 3rd time through the lineup now. Well, hopefully they can take advantage of it and put some runs on the board here late in the ball game. There's a ball hit over here to first base, but you need a ticket as the ball falls harmlessly into the stands. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike to Gavin Currier.
Yeah, it's certainly Alex Locke, the center fielder, has had a very easy day out there in center field, and now he was playing a little too far in, as really Central West has not hit the ball very deep in this game, just the 3rd hit, like you're saying. But now we'll see what Gavin can do with 2 strikes on him, just like Liam did before him.
The ground ball off to the third base side. Foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gavin's 0 for 1. He did reach with an error in the first inning.
Ball outside, 2-2. Spaulding playing their infield back, conceding a run here, up 3 runs in this ball game. So hopefully Gavin can put a bat on the ball like he does. Ground ball to second base and through into center field for a base hit. So Gavin Currier does his job. Comes up with an RBI single as Liam Carter-Patton trots home and scores. And now the scores, Spaulding 3, Central West 1.
First run that Manchester has scored in 3 games, and happy to see this here as it's been tight with a lot of the playing. But now it looks like we could be getting a pitching change here. We'll see what they decide to do with Owen Nesbitt.
Good to see Central West fighting here. As you can see, manager Anthony Malick is talking to his players, and I don't know if they're going to pull the pitcher Owen now, or the manager's coming out to try to settle him down. He's got to be up there as far as pitches is concerned. You got to be close to 80 or 90 pitches, right around there, I would think. He did have some rocking chair innings where he didn't throw a lot of pitches, so here comes the umpire to break up the chat.
I mean, you go through the second 3 Ks, you go to the third where you had a strikeout, a ground out, a fly out. Same thing with the fourth, a ground out, fly out, strikeout. And now a little trouble in these last 2 innings with giving up some hits here. And certainly Spaulding would like to get themselves another victory, as it's been a little bit for them as well.
Manager Brad Taylor is elected to leave Owen in the game. And up to bat is Wilson Zola, the Manchester Central West first baseman, takes a pitch inside, jumps out of the way for ball 1. So Owen seems like he hasn't been the same pitcher that he was last couple innings. There's a ball hit, skied into right center field. The new right fielder goes over, and he makes a nice catch. Good play out there by number 20, Zach Hall, for the first out. And the Central West 6th inning brings up the pitcher, Jaden Rodriguez.
He is the tying run. He's got some strength. He's been able to get a single earlier in this game and flew out to left field his last time. And he's getting a sign here from Coach Malick to see what to do here. So we'll see if obviously a tough spot for Gavin as a left-handed.
I've seen Jaden Rodriguez.
I think there's a little confusion on outs, as now they've got it kind of squared away. The scoreboard says 2, but there's only 1 out, so we're trying to get that squared away here. As I think the scoreboard operators want to get out of here early tonight here, Steve.
Yeah. There's a fastball strike to Jaden. No balls and 1 strike.
Now a bunt attempt here, and now they're going to get him trying to steal. The ball is away.
Good job by the
Gavin Courier.
The shortstop, Gavin Courier, sliding with his hands. He opened his arms up. They threw the ball back at him, and the shortstop come across. I don't know if the manager, Brad Taylor, saw the shortstop. Did he drop the ball, Kyle?
He did drop the ball, so that's why.
That's why the manager's going back to the dugout.
I think he wanted to see if maybe Gavin had hit the ball out of the glove. I didn't see it that way. It was just a bang-bang play, and Gavin safely at second base.
The ball did beat him to second base, but the shortstop couldn't hold on to it, so Gavin's at second base in scoring position, hoping for a hit from his pitcher, Jaden Rodriguez, to cut this lead, this deficit even more here in the 6th inning.
And now kind of some stress here for the first time in this game for Spaulding, as Aiden Locke has to come out. They have to change up their signs. Really haven't had too many base runners, and to have 2 in this inning alone, and wondering if Gavin could possibly give some insight to Jaden Rodriguez, who is down in the count 0-1.
There's a big swing and a miss by Jaden. He wanted to hit that ball on the roof for JFK. No balls, 2 strikes.
Everyone talks about it in the city. It's been a long time. I'd love to see it again in due time.
Ball up high. Good job by Jaden letting that one go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a little number of shots to the second baseman. Up with it. And he throws Jaden out for the 2nd out of the 6th inning.
Works as a sacrifice, though, in the book here, is able to get Gavin Courier to third. So as much as Jaden would love to be on base. He can get back to the dugout, get some high fives from his teammates, and see what they can do to try to get this run across.
Pierre Mendez is up, and the base runner is 90 feet away. There's a swing and a miss. Now, actually, it was a pretty good job of hitting by Jaden Rodriguez. He was down on the count, had 2 strikes on him, and that was a pitch that he didn't like. But he was able to at least get the bat on the ball and hit the ball to the opposite side to move that base runner. Here's a ball skied with the wind. It's going to blow. Second baseman is under it. Right fielder comes in and drops it. He called the second baseman off. I saw that ball. The wind is moving, picking up a little bit more later on in the ball game here, and that ball was hit to the second baseman and kind of was wind blown a little bit, and the right fielder come in and called the second baseman off, and he dropped the ball, and Central's now down 1 run, 3-2.
And Pierre's got some speed here, so we'll see what he can do to get himself into scoring position with Declan Manning now up to bat. So a huge opportunity here for the Knights to get this tying run across. But again, there is 2 outs, and Declan's got to be careful.
Let's see if they're going to move Pierre. Like you said, Kyle, he's got speed. He doesn't show a big lead at first, and that pitch is high. Ball 1, so the pitcher, Owen Nesbitt, has thrown a lot of pitches this inning. There's a strike over the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ooh, I mean, I understand Declan's frustration. He's been catching, 6 innings behind the plate, and that was definitely a bit outside there.
2 strikes. Now he's got to protect. There's a foul ball. Good job by Declan fighting off a nice pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
One, 2 count, and big spot for Declan.
Here's a ground ball up to the middle. Second baseman flips to the shortstop and retires the side. But Central fights back and puts up a crooked number here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We move to the all-important last inning, 7th inning. Spaulding 3 and Central West 2. We'll be right back. Steve Fosman back here at Gill Stadium with Kyle Heavey as we move to the all-important top of the 7th inning in a pretty well-played 3-2 ball game in favor of Spaulding. And leading off is a pinch hitter, number 5, Matt Gould, who's batting for Aiden Locke, the catcher. There's a strike. And on the mound is Jaden Rodriguez for his 7th inning of work, Kyle.
I wasn't sure if we're going to get him or not out here again, but he's their workhorse. He is their inning eater, and that's what we're going to see as it bounces off of him. And Gavin not able to make that play, so Gould able to get himself on base.
Nice try by Jaden Rodriguez, deflected the ball, and Gavin was worried about throwing the ball before it was in his glove. And so the pinch hitter, Matt Gould, is on first base in benefit of an error. Brings up the leadoff hitter, number 12, Trevor Cormier, the shortstop.
Trevor has grounded out 3 times, and if he hits one straight to Jaden, we're going to get his 3rd pickoff.
Twice to the second baseman, once to the third baseman, so if he does the same, we might have a possibility of a doubleheader, and there might be. But this one, nice stop by Gavin. That was a great play, nice effort by the shortstop. Gavin Currier stretched out. He stopped the ball from going into center field, but the leadoff hitter is on with an infield hit. So Spaulding quickly has runners on first and second base. Brings up the pitcher, Owen Nesbitt.
Yeah, Nesbitt would love to be able to help the cause. He gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th, and he has a chance to bring in 2 runs right here if he's able to hit it a long distance.
Spin move by Jaden to no avail. The base runner wasn't far off second base. There's a bunt attempt straight up and goes over the catcher's head. Declan Manning was trying to come up with that ball to try to help his pitcher, so Wilson Zola's in on the corner along with the third baseman. They're expecting a bunt here.
Nesbitt is 2 for 3 on the day with a couple singles. Scored that first run of the game for Spaulding. That's really helped their. They have had the lead the whole game.
Here's a ball that goes in the dirt and away from the catcher, Declan Manning. So without the benefit of a bunt, Spaulding has moved the runners up 90 feet. So they're at second and third here with nobody out.
Got some speed for sure on the base path. So if Owen is able to get a hit, it might score 2.
Ball inside to Owen.
So far in this game, Steve, no one's been hit by a pitch.
And Owen just thought he got hit there, but it did not hit him. The umpire said it didn't hit him, so he's in there. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a base hit into right field. Owen helps himself. 1 run in. The second one's around, and he'll stop at third base. So there's an RBI single by their pitcher as Owen Nesbitt helps himself here and extends the lead to 4-2.
3 for 4 on the day with 6 innings pitching. He might be the off-the-mark sports player of the game at this rate. Obviously, we still got to play the bottom of the 7th, but still with no outs here and runners at the corners. Spaulding looking to put up a crooked number as well.
They throw behind Owen Nesbitt, and he's with his speed, he goes down to second and legs it out. So now he's at second base, and they have second and third with nobody out here in the top half of the 7th.
His 3rd stolen base of the day here, Steve, for Nesbitt. So that's a huge benefit as well as that lands up here on the rooftop. You can hear that. Rice here, 1 for 3 on the day.
There's a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Jaden pulled the string on number 10, Bryce Bushway. So he's down on the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
Infield playing in here, so any hard-hit ground balls will be most likely coming home.
Here's a ball hit on the left field line, foul.
Bushway waiting. Fouls another one.
Good job of hitting by Bryce, fouling off pitches.
Yeah, I think we're running out of baseballs because that had to come back into play after going towards the bench of Spaulding. So Maple Street, Beach Street, Valley Street, the balls are flying everywhere here today.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Jaden Rodriguez fans Bryce Bushway for the first out in the 7th inning.
And it looks like we are going to have a meeting, and this could be the final finale for Jaden Rodriguez. We'll see. No, it looks like Malik's just going to quickly have a chat and try to calm things down.
He wants his players to know where to go with the baseball if it's hit to them. He had his infield in there, playing in to cut the runner down from third base. Yeah, he's going to leave Jaden out there. No matter the outcome of this ball game, Jaden Rodriguez has done his job keeping the Central West team in the game throughout the game. And he has 7 strikeouts on his own. Brings up the third baseman, Colby Lambert.
Colby kind of crowding the plate here as I'm looking at things, so.
A fastball for a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
Colby, 0 for 2 on the day. Did reach on an error in the first and scored a run. But since then, he's flown out to right and struck out.
Is a ball, 1 strike.
Lambert's done a great job at third base today as well. Ball just misses. Try to get him chasing.
2 balls, 1 strike. Central with their infield in. There's a ground ball. Shortstop gets it. He comes home. And the throw is off home plate. And number 12, Trevor Cormier, scores the 5th run of the game. Good idea. Nice play by the shortstop, but the throw was just a little bit wide of home.
Just for him to able to get that was a hard hit one-hopper. And to go shift his body weight from the opposite side and throw home. And only so much that the Knights could do as they give up the 5th run here. So fielder's choice given to Lambert on that.
Yep, fielder's choice with a run scored. Brings up 21, Michael Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey been on base all 3 times.
And the ball goes off the catcher's glove, and here comes the Spaulding run. Kind of a tough break for Jaden Rodriguez as that ball went off the catcher's mitt, Declan Manning.
And now Owen Nesbitt scored 2 runs here in this contest.
First and last inning.
Taking off for third and no throw, so Colby really moving around this base path very quickly thanks to that fielder's choice.
Here's a little fly ball to the shortstop. And Gavin's under it. And he makes the catch for the second out of the Spaulding 7th. Brings up number 1, the second baseman, Grayson Holmes.
Grayson has had a tough day on the plate here, but at the same time, he's done a great job at second base.
There's a swing on an off-speed curveball. A nice block by the catcher, Declan Manning. No balls, 1 strike.
Grayson was stranded at second base last inning. His lone time on base today. Does not go for that high pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike. There's a nice fastball in the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Grayson Holmes.
Holmes struck out to end the first. See if Jaden can get him to strike out to end the 7th.
There's one up over our head onto the roof.
Yeah, up on the fence. I can see it through our doorway right now. Try to get that if I can.
One ball, 2 strikes. Ball outside. Nice stop by the Central West catcher. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Declan certainly has a long reach there. Him and his sister both very active here with the sports. His sister plays on the lacrosse team right now. Also played on the female hockey team as well.
Yeah, curveball. Nice job by the Spaulding hitter. Grayson Holmes to fight that off.
Long at bat here, Steve. Jaden's really trying to not allow any more runs.
There's a ball that goes past the catcher. And come head first sliding into home for the 7th run of the game.
Colby Lambert with a headfirst slide, kind of unneeded as Jaden hadn't come out, and now kind of interesting moment here to kind of quickly discuss things.
Here comes the manager, Anthony Malick. I think this might be all for Jaden Rodriguez, but Jaden did his job today, keeping his team in the ball game. He's a gutty player, and he was out there till the 7th inning. He had some unfortunate miscues behind him during the game, but Jaden pitched well, as we mentioned. Had seven strikeouts going into this inning. He has 1, so final tally will be 8. So let's take a break in the action as Central changes pitches. Coming from Gill Stadium, score Spaulding 7 and Manchester Central 2. We'll be right back.
James Blaisdell will come in, and the first pitch is going to be fouled here. So thankfully, Steve, as we're joking off camera, that if he comes in and just throws one pitch, that's going to be the wildest change. But Jaden Rodriguez a heck of a job here today, and see if Blaisdell can get him this out.
There's a strike 3 to the Spaulding hitter. Nice pitch by James Blaisdell. So Spaulding comes up with a crooked number. They put 4 runs on the board. They leave a man on base. As we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning, it is Spaulding 7 and Central West 2. We'll be right back. We are back here at Gill Stadium with Spaulding leading Central West 7-2 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We have a new pitcher for Spaulding, number 24, Connor Jackson, who started the game out in right field. He's back into the game, and he's pitching. And leading off for Manchester Central West is number 3, Hunter Radme.
The 7-8-9 part of the lineup here for Central West, so they got to get something going here. And so far in this game, they are 1 for 6 here, Steve, as we were doing the math.
Here's a ball hit to right field. That's traveling good and over the head of the right fielder. So Hunter Radme's got him an extra base hit. He's on his way to third. He's fast too, and he will stay there with no outs. So a leadoff triple by number 3, Hunter Radme.
Well, make that 2 for 7 there, Steve. And that's extra base hits as those 2 hits there, as we got the double back in that was the 5th inning. So great to start things off for Hunter, who obviously would love to score a run here from third base.
Nico Scafini's up. He's one of the Manchester Central West players who does have a hit. He had a double in the 5th inning. And that pitch sails outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So kudos to Central West, who's fighting back here in the 7th inning. And you can hear their players from their bench cheering on Nico, which is good to see. There's another ball. 3 balls, no strikes.
Base runners needed, and every which way at this point, down 5 runs.
There's a fastball over the heart of the plate for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And strike 2, so good job by the Spaulding pitcher, Connor Jackson, to fight back. And he's run the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's a ground ball nubbed over the third base and foul.
I mean, kind of interesting to see Colby still coming up like he's going to throw, even though it was certainly very obviously foul. Players will always play, I suppose, right?
Yeah, finish off the plays. There's a ball hit into right field. Nub, right fielder comes on, and he makes the catch. Hunter Radme wisely tags up from third and scores the third run of the game for Central West. So a good job of hitting by Nico. He flies the ball deep to a shallow right field, but he gets an RBI as Hunter Radme comes in for the third run of the game.
And looks like we're going to have a replacement hitter here for the Central West Knights, and we'll look at it quickly and figure out will be a number 9, and that's Jackson Mendez, who will be coming up to bat here. So we'll see what Jackson Mendez can do from the 9 spot.
Jackson, I think Jackson might be Pierre's brother. Pierre also plays for the Central West team.
So a tough spot to be in for Jackson.
Fastball over the heart of the plate for strike one. No balls and 1 strike. Time is first base umpire Cy Tibbetts. Comes in and makes sure that the cheering is for their own players, I think. And didn't want any chatter going from bench to bench. Good job by Cy Tibbetts to end that. No balls and 1 strike.
And now kind of a conflict of interest here from Coach Malik. Late in this contest. Wow, just kind of well, either way, 1 strike.
There's a swing and a miss by Jackson. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a number in front of the mound. Pitcher comes in. And he throws over to first to retire Jackson Mendez for the second out in the Central West 7th inning. Play goes 1-3. Brings up the leadoff hitter Liam Patton, who hit the ball last time up a long way over the center fielder's head for a triple. He scored one of the runs for Central West in that 6th inning, last inning.
Yeah, pretty cool to have 2 triples in the last 2 innings here, Steve. Certainly is exciting to see the running going on. And then in this game, that's actually been the only triples so far in the game. Have come on the hands of a Knights bat.
Here's a ball drilled into right field. Right fielder going over, and he comes up with the catch. So a nice play by the right fielder as the ball was tailing away from him for the final out of the ball game. So Spaulding, with the benefit of the superior pitching, and you mentioned it, Carl, our star of the game, Owen Nesbitt, and some timely hits on their end, they defeat a pesky Central West team 7-3 here at Gill Stadium.
Yeah, Owen 3 for 4 in with the bats, had an RBI, scored twice, and also had the 6 innings pitching, 2 runs allowed, 9 Ks. So he'll be the Off the Mark Sports Player of the Game. And for the Central West Knights, they fall to 0-7, while the Spaulding Red Raiders will jump up to 2-5 on the season. So it's been a pleasure to be with you, Steve, as we will take a break here and be ready for game number 2 as the Trinity Pioneers start to make their way into the dugout. So Any last words you want to mention here, Steve?
Well, pretty well played game. Central West played hard. And Jaden Rodriguez, we got to give him kudos. He pitched a hell of a game for his team, keeping his team in the ball game, as it was a one-run game into the 7th inning. So good job by also the counterpart pitcher for Central West, Jaden Rodriguez, and a couple nice timely hits by some of their players. So we saw a pretty good ball game here. Some of these teams have young players and don't have as many juniors and seniors as some of the other teams have in the division, but it was overall pretty well played game. So,
for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lara, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, for Steve Fossman, my name is Kyle Hevey. It's been a pleasure to be with you on this Monday. We look forward to seeing you for more baseball, softball, and lacrosse coverage throughout the spring 2025 season. So long for now.
Good night.